My name is Thomas Anour, or Alhadi Woottee. I'm going to talk about what happened last week. Last week there were catastrophes that have occurred in Mabaan regions or land in Upper Nile estates. The car was going from Jamam to Bunj County. It got attacked by rebel or Nuer IO. 10 Mabaan have been killed and other 18 people were killed in Jalhag. They were coming from Buud to Mabaan. Places called Tibin and Jilda, where South Sudan government captured Mabaan and killed them. So these people were traveling by tractor and they ambushed them and killed them. South Sudan government itself is a rebellion or rebels. Some journalists or reporters from United Nations, from Colombia, have been killed as well. For instance, Christopher Allen from Colombia was killed and he's dead. South Sudan government killed him. Denka is in government. Denka tribes are control the government. Our brothers, sisters, and our uncles are dead, killed by South Sudanese government. Mud Oni, Ko Oni, Osi Yorg Oni, Tuni, Nunga Akuma bita South Sudan, Nunga Kuma South Sudan, Nunga Dink. Would South Sudan tribes united again, or would they become ally again? I will say no. We won't trust them anymore because we saw this, we have seen this during the SPLM, South Sudanese Liberation Movement. We were together, all the tribes, Nuer, Suluk, Fun, Uduk, Mabaan, we were together. And my people tribe, Mabaan tribe, Darsagian tribe, Hong, they were not sleeping during the war. They were awake, being vigilant because they want to fighting, well. They want to fight well during the war, and they did. We all belong there in South Sudan. But we, obvious, we feel that the tribes like Denka, we don't trust them. And our uncles, our ancestors, they don't trust them because at night they may come and attack us. They did that one because of looting the land. This is what happened long ago, coming to Mabaan, attacking us, killing kids, little kids, killing people. And that's what happened. Still, they went back to what were before until now. They brought that one back. And this fighting is kind of what made, Sudanese weak during the colonization. And But tribes like Dinka, they think they're strong, but they were not strong. Like other country like Ethiopia, they were strong because they fought against colonization. They defend themselves. They defended themselves from British coming and taking over Africa, Ethiopia. They fought well, and I will acknowledge that they are strong. Still today they can do better, but they can fighting what colonization they will lose, and that's why we still weak, and they creating more corruptions in South Sudan, and that's what takes Sudanese back to stay like less to lose. And again, if other colonization than European came today want to take over Africa, they will lose. And if other country try to take the Africa now, we will lose, because what's happening, there's no obligation, there's no social vision, there's no solitary, like coming together, being strong. Coming together sometime is trusting each other, working together, helping each other, and being together as a community without even education, but with without education, but with intellect, thinking. And what they're doing is they want to loot. They want to be looting the land and being rich, getting resources from now. And then they may start doing things like development later on, but that would be too late. And so that's what happened a long time ago. We don't trust them because at night, what? You really sleeping? They will come and attack you. They will come like hurt you, kill you while you are sleeping. They will come and attack you. Like they can try. And so Mabaan Darsagian, which is home. Darsagian come from word Darsagia come from Arab word mean desert. We were living in desert place. And in Mabaan we call desert is called home. Home means desert. So we were there. We get support from Arab. They help us bring some weapons. So that's why we fought until today. We got a new country, but it's still things are happening. Devastation, disasters, killing just Mabaan is crazy. This is crazy. And who's killing Mabaan and other tribes in South Sudan? It's government. It's Dinka policy. They don't report what's happening, devastation or disasters that are happening in South Sudan, in Upper Nile State. They are not going to report it, any of this, in the future, or what have happened, because this is part of their plan. They planned it out, their policy, and government knows this one. I mean, government knows this information, so they don't go to Mabaan, or government or president doesn't go to Mabaan and say, "Oh, you guys belong here," or government or president doesn't go to Denk and say, "Don't hurt Mabaan. They belong here. Let's become strong together. Let's build up community." But no, he will sit in the chair of the government, of the president. They're sitting there not doing anything because that's his plan, his policy in South Sudan. And that makes us too weak. We can't fight. We can't fight against other country, against other nation. So those are thinking plan. And for Mabaan, those who are still in, or those who are in government of South Sudan, if Mabaan civilian got forced away or got kicked away by Denka government, by the government of South Sudan, Denkan people, and I don't know what will happen to people, Mabaan people, those who are in government. I know that Denka people are controlling them. They don't say anything, no voices, to them because they cannot control him, as well as what they did to Nuer, vice president, for against them because they tried to shut the vice president voice, Nuer voice down. But then vice obviously, sees that's, obviously have to fight because that's what he's seeing, and he started fighting right away instead of waiting for a little bit of time. But he's right. So if somebody tried to come to your house to take your house and add to his house or add to their house and leave you for nothing, take your land or your village and leave you nothing, that person is antagonist, right? And we, Mabaan, we are protagonists. We try to say, no, we have right to fight you. We defend ourselves. We belong here. So you're antagonist. You act like you're protagonist because we call you government. But what's government? It's people, right? You are antagonist, and Mabaan is protagonist. I'm defending myself. You against me. And I have to switch to Mabaan, and for Mabaan, ek mechbal bekumetan, ek nong da ook ek bal kumet, nak ek nong de, again bal nang de ke, kan mwatni bit ek, ya ngol jubur dink te non ter ikent, or te ter onti Mabaan, ter Mabaan, te ter on Mabaan te, ek nong da ek bal kumet, os mek nok met nok mwatni bit ek, mek nok me ekda, gena kum dink, gena ken kwana. Ek nung do kan motnin bit ek ngol jibur. Ek dopt ek to ek nut. Ek dalto irti to nut. So an eken muka ek. And they controlling you. They will be like your antagonist if you guys still in government and your civilian will escape. Because they force them out to go. Like every day, like we have the news that saying Denka is coming. Denka are coming, in Mabaan, in Adar, Banketa, in Jamam, in Jurjura. Those places belong to Mabaan Darsagan people in Upper Nile state. And they often, bring news like, you guys need to move Mabaan. And Mabaan like, we can't move anywhere. We will die here. We have to fight. We're defending ourselves. Even the civilian saying that we can't go anywhere. And poaching, kan ek bin ek nogde. Ja poke bala po ek edwa ek nogde. Ek want kies ek ed daar north. Ek ed bunta. Ja daar bunch. Ja gen jolo bala gwag de ek tenen. Ja ek da mek bal kumeti. Pongtite. Ek da pongok ne kege ek bal banji. Motnin bit ek bal banji. Osi kuma da chia kuma din kwana ek do ed bala at inye lot inye. E de nuk me ek pogje. Poko bala ene banj bana ekatan ek nuk me. Mega nukten yum adar po adar o jamam. Mega nukten jamam po e jamam ti bonti. Mega nukten pojen. Dus ek men kip nukken me ek men yaw. Bala men nuk me betamano. Chal na nyum. O ek nung dog ek bal kumut ek tieng dong. Yung gyak de be. Dod bana kwe. Ma ek pede kan ek ira kuruk deng de meg walk deng de meg dan was ek ede kat voor ede ja ede kan ede bunte eden ja bagar dat ek kat voor tagig ek balke hag asan ek gat voor ede bunt ما ممكن مني إيردي يتبني وانيا. You know, impossible, you know, for, I mean, somebody, you know, to control you, like where you belong, you know, from where you belong. You belong Mabaan in Upper Nile State, in Jamam, in Adar, in Bunj, is that's where you belong. But they will come and force you out. You have to fight, you know, back. You have to stay strong. Yeah, don't sleep. And now ek wichba, you know, ek nog de ek campaign, nog de. Ja, na ek daldwa. Ja, o make all that ek shall gog the bunch bunyum ek make all ek mat. Kan ek za bin ban ek jamam, kan bin jamam adar, nibunon kan te mapochin. Ik chut wan ek na mekan shar, ik chun ek kan ek we chi ik ban ik kudiran, you know, ken kwanat achwa, ban chi ken kwanat bare. La ya gok ek tong ya ek chode ti nyungen with gedalde non ni shala na ata mam dokha idna non ula o ek god banjo ya ek ni to ata shala mi kan dak deb ek pogji ek da wak yong da mi ek da deb da pogji manugd ya polji palong. And for Bagara Langa, he got arrested for nothing because he was saying Denkan government don't come here and raise the flag saying that this place is your place, Mabaan is their place. They come and saying Jamam is their place, Adar Banketa is their place. Mabaan said no, that's what Bagari said, that's what brought up argument, fighting start going on. And if the civilian, why they arrest Bagari, you know, they arrest Bagari, if civilian, they would not arrest the government. Bagari, you know, he's in army. But this is government. They took Bagari and arrested them in Juba for 3 to 4 months. And that happened last year. But Bagari has right to fight, you know, because he's from Darsagia, he's from South Loma, you know, he's from Darsagia also, South Loma. And Bagari also from, you know, my country. I'm the same as Bagari, you know. If I come home, if I will come home and I say, no, don't bring your county here, don't bring your government here to control Mabaan. And they will say, no, that will bring argument, you know, we'll be arguing, you know, and that will bring, no, I don't agree with them. So it's going to bring fighting, or we're going to be fighting because of that, and they will arrest me because they control south, but I have to move, you know, anyway. I can't go north to be there, then I have to come back and fight, you know, for my rights. My village, they don't need to take my village. And if Bagari went north, and if they say that he's a rebel, why he's a rebel until we got new country, South Sudan? He should have become a rebellion during the SPLM or SPLA, you know, South Sudanese Liberation Movement in Sudan. Why why he become, you know, rebellions today after, you know, we got new country? Because getting a new country, getting a new revolution, a war, you know, people try to looting, you know, your land. They try to take over other tribes' land. That's why Bagari like, no, you can't take this one today. And if Bagari were a rebellion, he should have done that, you know, during the SPLA movement in Sudan, when we were in a civil war against North. But Bagari didn't do that. But today he saw the looting, controlling was obvious, and he said, no, I will not agree, you know, and he went back north. The same thing, I will agree with them, and I will go back north, because back north, you know, Arab, they're Ahona, you know, for Darsagan people, they're my brothers. Ikamud Oni, our people. And I accept that, you know. But for Dinka people, they can't. They are not enough to govern Mabaan without Mabaan saying yes, without we Mabaan acceptance, accepting them to rule us. They're not enough. And now I stop from here. Thank you for watching and telling.